everyone, and welcome back to Sarah's Stitch. If you are new here, my name is Sarah. I am a 29-year-old knitter. I live in Hoboken, New Jersey, which is just right across the river from Manhattan, where I work pretty much every day. I go in as an accountant, and then at night and pretty much all other waking hours of the day I knit. And this is my knitting podcast where I can share with all of you what I've been knitting on, buying, dreaming about, etc. because my friends and family will definitely kill me, especially after Rhinebeck weekend, if I continue talking about knitting. So, welcome. And everything I talk about today will be linked down below, including patterns, dyers, designers, local yarn shops, any of the farms and things I talk about from Rhinebeck, and my socials as well. So my Instagram, where I am sarahs.stitch, Ravelry, and then subscribe and like all that YouTube stuff is down below. So let's get started with finished objects, which I only have one of today, and that is my Sophie shawl, which someone commented last episode that I shouldn't bring this with me. I brought it with me anyway because I wanted to. I did bring a sock, but this I brought to Rhinebeck. I knit it mostly on the train and at night. I didn't really knit anything at Rhinebeck, but I just found this off. So it's the week after Rhinebeck, by the way. It's October 26th. So it took me less than a week to knit because I didn't knit on it at all during the week this week. But this is it. It is a pattern by Petite Knit. It's this beautiful pink colorway, and I knit it out of Louie and Lola yarn in the Merino Possum DK base. I can't remember the colorway. It's something rose. It will be on my Ravelry. And I followed everything to pattern for needle size and all of that. And I had 3 skeins of this, and I was thinking I was going to use 200 grams for this and then make a pair of penny gloves or something to match. But when I got to the midpoint, I was about 75 grams through the first ball, and decided that I think it was going to be big enough like this. So I have about half of a skein left from the second ball and then another full skein. So I'm going to make penny gloves for myself to match this, and I'll have a cute little set. And then I think I'm going to make my best friend a set of penny gloves and like a scarf of some sort. I don't know if I'll make her a Sophie scarf or like I saw a really cute one on Instagram the other day that I might make her. You can have matching accessories. And this is the first time I've used the possum yarn. It's so soft, it's so squishy. This is I'm sure going to block out beautifully. There is I don't know if you'll be able to tell, there is a halo from the possum. And I think the base is like a light gray because the possum fur looks to be black, or definitely dark gray. So it makes this just dusty, rosy color. Oh, it's so good. And I'm sure it's gonna floof up so much too. I believe the base is 65% merino, 35% possum, but I could be wrong. I don't have a skein with a label right in front of me, but this is my finished object for today. And now we can go into whips. So first whip, which I brought with me to Rhinebeck as well, is my hibernal socks. So these are socks by Summer Lee, and I'm knitting these out of, Wonderland yarns in the confetti base, and I believe the color is something involving a volcano. I got this yarn in Boston at Boston Fiber Company a couple weeks ago when I was up there visiting, and I ran out of yarn, and it's gorgeous. It's got all of these fun confetti tweed colors in it, and then I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but there's gold, blue, and red stellina mixed in as well, which is, I don't think I've ever seen that in a yarn before, which is just like, ooh, shiny, sparkly, must buy. But I think these are going to be like the most cozy wintry socks, fall socks, I guess. And I'm knitting these on 2mm needles, 64 stitches, and I generally do about 80 rounds for the foot before I do the toe, but didn't want to do on a toe when I was at Rhinebeck, which is going to be a theme, you'll see. So these are just on magic loop needles for me to do a toe. Don't think I need to say anything else about these. So moving on to the next whip, which you have seen recently. This is my glint sweater for my dad. I cannot remember the designer's name to save my life. But I did start, I don't know if I had started it last time or not, but I have started it. I am a bit of the way through the color work. So I did modify this slightly. So I'm starting with the other motif because I wanted to make sure it was a little bit longer for him. It is a unisex pattern, but it felt like it was going to be a little bit cropped. So I'm adding in an extra motif. I'm knitting the size medium. This is not an incredibly size inclusive pattern, but I believe the designer is either Korean or Japanese, and I don't know if they tend to be the most size inclusive when it comes to their patterns, but my dad really likes Scandinavian colorworky type designs. I came across this on Instagram. I thought he would like it, and I'm going to try and surprise him with this, and hopefully he likes it enough. I can't decide if I love or hate the colors. I think I currently hate them, but that's okay. I'm sure they'll grow on me. I think it's just, it's very color blocky right now, which I'm not, I think that's what's throwing me off. But I'm knitting it all out of Sanduskarn. It is a mixture of merino wool and double Sunday. So the merino wool is the grays. So I have this dark gray, which, is that upside down? Oh, okay. Is, the color number is 1055 and it's called Smoke. And then this light, this lovely ball of yarn, which I don't have the tag for, obviously. And I don't have a ball handy, but I believe it's another, it starts with 10, and I think it's called Gray Heather, but I'm not totally sure. It's either Gray Heather or Light Gray Heather, but I'm pretty sure it's just Gray Heather. And then the double Sunday I'm using this very dark navy, which is called Sailor in the Night. It's a petite knit colorway, and I had all of these 3 colors prior to casting this on, which is partially why I wanted to knit this, because I had most of the yarn I needed for it already. So go me for using stash. And then I ordered 2 balls of double Sunday in the color 5846, which is, I think it's just called blue. So using stash, hopefully he likes it. It's knit on 4mm needles. It's all over color work, steeped armholes. I think it's a steeped neck hole. I don't know what else you would call that. The neck is also steeped as well, I believe. So another steeping project, and yeah, so far it's been good. I haven't really knit on it a ton in the last few days, but yeah, this is it. Don't think there's anything else to say on that right now. So put that to the side, and then next, do the rookie podcaster mistake first. This is a very old whip that I picked up. Water break. Okay. This is a very old whip that I picked up about a week ago, because I had nothing to knit on, it felt like, and I wanted to pick something up, and I've been kind of in a finishing mood. So I picked up my Feels Good shawl by Andrea Mowry, which I'm sure no one has seen in ages because I don't know the last time I knit on it, and I've lost 3 of the balls of yarn. But this is it. I'm in the middle of a row, so I can't spread it out, unfortunately. This is a kit that I got when the pattern came out from the Wandering Flock, and the colors are light blue on this side. This is called Teal. The middle section is Pistachio. You can see that. And then the top part that I'm knitting on now, this side is called Lichen, and then I honestly couldn't tell you what this color is called, but neon yellow. And yeah, I picked it up, I think when I stopped knitting on it, I was right at the start of this third and last section. So I'm going to knit the prescribed number of rounds and then bind it off. My initial plan was to bind it off in the teal color as an I-cord bind off, but I can't find the teal because it's been so long since I knit on this. I have no idea where I put the balls. I don't know if I just knit each section until I ran out of yarn. I couldn't tell you. So I might just be binding off in lichen because I don't think I want this. These two, this and this I don't think go together that well. So this is not going to be bind off. I'm definitely, if I can't find the teal, I'm going to bind off in the lichen colorway. And it's all, like I said, from the Wandering Flock, which is the yarn that Andrea designed the pattern with. And I got it 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. And it's very squishy. It's DK, so it's super squishy brioche. And yeah, I can't wait to have it this winter just as like a blanket or a shawl to have around me, especially in my office, which gets chilly. Yeah, like I said, I've been in a finishing mood, so it's been nice to get some progress on this and hopefully finish it up the next few weeks. That feels awfully ambitious, but, and I miss brioche. I love brioche. I forget how much I love brioche. This whole shawl is brioche. How many times can I say that in the next 3 minutes? So the bottom part is single brioche, 2 colors. The middle is single brioche in 1 color, and then this end part is double brioche with 2 colors, which I've never done double brioche before, and it's pretty intuitive, but my flow with the knits of double brioche is not as good as my purl is. I think because I'm a continental knitter, I think if I was an English knitter, it'd be better. Because like the little yarn over, I keep like flicking off on the first stitch, and then I have to keep going back and like holding it on or grabbing it, which is probably a me problem, but it's definitely a me problem. I don't know if anyone else has ever had that problem knitting double brioche, but it's been great. I love it. It's so squishy. So this is a Feels Good shawl. And then last but not least, I just have 2 socks to update on. So I started the sock. This was my sock yarn that I brought with me to Rhinebeck. So this is the Cozy Knitter Advent from 2023. Last year, I finished the 1 sock. I never finished the 2nd sock. So I figured it's already caked up. I'll just bring it with me. I can knit on it at Rhinebeck. So I got to about this blue section while we were at Rhinebeck, walking around in at night and all that, and then put it down for a few days. I wound up in the hospital again. Crohn's-ing. It's just discharged yesterday, so I had my sock with me when I went to the hospital this time, and had grand plans of knitting it while I was sitting in bed, and the hospital confiscated it because of my sharp needles. And then I had my parents break it out of hospital jail and sneak it up to me. So I knit this majority of this while I was in the hospital sick. It needs a toe because I didn't have any, I knit most of my socks on 9-inch circular, so I didn't have any double points or magic loop needles with me, so it needs a toe. But, and then in October, maybe, hopefully, my December 2023 Advent socks will finally be done, just in time to get the next ones. So this is almost a finished object, and I will show you the pair next episode when they are both done. And then the other work in progress I have is also another needleless, toeless sock, because this was what I started knitting on when I finished this sock in the hospital. I knit this in less than a day. I think I knit this in less than 13 hours because I started knitting it Thursday night and I had finished it before I was discharged Friday afternoon. But this is, my mom brought me yarn up because she knew I was running low on yarn after I got my needles back. This is more hedgehog fiber sock yarn from Mother Knitter, which my mom stopped at on the way up to the hospital, and the color is brine. And I am knitting the crunkled socks. Oh, I didn't say. These are just Videla socks with I hope you can see. On the color change round, I slipped one every 4 stitches for the color changes, which you can't really tell as much because it's not as stark contrasts between all of the colors, but there is a slip one. Other than that, it's just a vanilla sock, 2x2 ribbing, of course. But these are the Crunkled Socks by Kay Jones, and there's just a little bit of a ball of yarn down here for the toe because I wanted to start the second sock. But these are them. These are going to be for my mom because she was so kind to bring the yarn and come up and stay with me in the hospital twice. 2 different days this time and last time. So I'm making her a pair of socks with the yarn she brought for me. And this is the second sock started. I'm doing 64 stitches. I did about 15 rounds for the cuff, 60 rounds or so for the leg, 80 for the foot, like always. And yeah, once we get there, there will be a toe on this one, and then this one will need to be finished. But those are all of my works in progress that I've been working on the last few days. Next, I'm going to go through acquisitions and Rhinebeck. It's been a while since Rhinebeck, so I don't think I have a ton to say that everyone else hasn't already said. It was very overwhelming. I didn't buy as much as I thought I would, which was good for my budget. But it was great. It was really nice to see everything. I think you need to go once, like understand what it is, because yes, sure, you can watch the videos as much as you like want to, and like everyone's recaps and all that, but it's not the same as going there. So it was really nice that we got to go Saturday and Sunday, because Sunday we kind of knew what we wanted. Could show my dad around, all of that. So, okay, let's start with acquisitions that are not Rhinebeck related. So first thing I ordered, I don't know why I ordered this, but I think because I wanted it is why I ordered it, but I ordered Arctic Knits, which is the Petite Knitter's book. I think she published it last year. It's gorgeous. And I just love a book so much. So I'm definitely going to be knitting a pattern or 2 from this. It's gorgeous. This was delivered right before I left for Rhinebeck, so I haven't had a chance to fully flip through it, but it's just like, she's got beautiful photography in here, and beautiful patterns. I don't know if I think some of them are available on Ravelry, but yeah, I just wanted to support her more, and I saw it was in stock, so I picked it up on Amazon, which shame on me, but it's so pretty. Oh, okay. And then my other non-Rhinebeck related acquisitions are my last 2, I believe. Woolberry Pride and Prejudice collection skeins of yarn. So I have You Have Bewitched Me, which this is on a DK sock set, which is really pretty. And then I Have Mail, which is just a regular sock set with can't remember what this colorway is called, but it's very similar or the same as one of Bethany's normal, like really pretty browns, but they're both gorgeous. These will be knit up eventually. They're going in the Pride and Prejudice pile of socks to knit. And then I think that was it for, nope, it's not it for non-Rhinebeck purchases. And then the other things I've ordered recently, there is some more coming, but I want to make a Christmas jumper this year. Okay, Christmas jumper. So I ordered red and green yarn for the jumper. This is Cascade 220. I'm going to be knitting a vintage Norwegian pattern, which I'll put on the screen, which I saw on Instagram, went through like the person who knit its comments, which were all in Norwegian, to find out the pattern was posted in a Norwegian only Facebook group about sweaters and cardigans, vintage patterns. Requested to join the group, found the pattern, whole process. So I'm knitting that pattern, it's hopefully still on screen, with red and green, and then I ordered a load of Peer Gynt in the color Almond, to be the cream. So I hope it looks good together. I'm going to test to make sure that this red and green don't bleed before I start it. If they do, I'm gonna probably wash them a few times so I don't have a bleeding issue, but I feel like Cascade's usually pretty good with dyes not bleeding, but I'd rather be safe than sorry because it's going to be quite obvious if it bleeds. So in the sweater, the red is going to be where the light blue is, and then the green is going to be where the dark blue is. So I don't think there's gonna be a ton of the green. I only got one skein of green. I can always get more if I need it. And I think I'm going to change it to have corrugated ribbing all along it with the almond and the green, just so there's a bit more green. And I think green tends to suit me a bit more than red. So I'd rather have more green if I could, but I want it to be in your face Christmassy. It was between quite a few patterns. And then I wound up just like umming and ahhing over if I wanted to do the festive yoke sweater by Scandier or this one. Or there was a couple other ones, but I wound up deciding on this one because I think the festive yoke is a gorgeous sweater. I didn't want that much red, and I didn't want it to be an all white sweater, but I think it'd be really pretty in like a maroony or like a chocolate brown. I think it'd be so pretty. So I probably will make that in the future as well, but this one's going to be this year's project. So that's all of my outside of Rhinebeck purchasing lately. And then in my basket, my lovely shopping basket, I hope you can see it, is my Rhinebeck, my Rhinebeck purchases. This isn't all of them, this is just one of each of the skeins that I got, but this basket I made with my mom. We have matching baskets, and we go to a basket class down by where I grew up. There's a woman named Nikki who teaches basket classes, and you can do like friend basket class nights. So my mom and her girlfriends, my mom's been going for years and years and years, and her girlfriend started going with her in COVID, and then my mom asked me if I wanted to start going back again, because I went a lot when I was in high school, but I didn't make this. My mom made this one for me because I didn't have a chance to go over the summer because I was in London. We have matching baskets. She wove this all by herself and stained it for me in my basket stain color. So all my baskets around my house are this color, which is whole thing. She sewed the liner, she put pockets in it, she is like the craftiest lady in the world. There's like a keychain holder, double line pockets, there's a drawstring so you can close all your stuff in and not lose anything. She did an amazing job. But this is not basket show and tell, this is Rhinebeck show and tell. So we went to Cake Palooza on Friday and then Rhinebeck on Saturday. So when we were at Cake, we were walking around and we went to Hobby, and I won 6 balls of yarn. My mom won 6 balls of yarn because they had a wheel of spinning to give out yarn. So my mom just told me to pick out whatever I wanted for her skein. So we got 12 balls of yarn, and I wound up getting 8 of this really pretty orange colorway, and it's Pom Pom Garland, I think is the name of the yarn, and it's 70% cotton, 30% alpaca, and the color is 6. So I got, I think 8 of these and then 4 of a bright blue. I don't have that in here. I have no idea what I'm gonna make with it. I think it's a really nice yarn. It like feels pretty soft. I think that's the alpaca. It's a DK weight, recommends a 4.5mm needle. So I need to figure out what I'm gonna make with this, but figured why not. We won the yarn, so we were trying to spend money and then won yarn, so it was a fun little surprise. And then we being my dad, went to Yarn Birds, and he wanted some more socks, so I told him to go to Magpie, the Magpie corner of Yarn Birds, and pick out some sock yarn. So he picked out Midnight Train to Georgia in Spanky Sock, which is, I can't see exactly what color this is coming out on camera, but it is a very dark blue. The sun is like hitting it perfectly, so it's making it brighter, but maybe back here you can tell more. So I'm gonna make him a pair of socks with this, and then he also got London Rain in the sock fingering, Swanky Sock fingering base. which is a really light gray with teal and gold speckles in it. So, and I think I've used both of these in a Stephen West shawl before. So I'm going to knit him socks out of these. I found out a fun trait about my dad of he needs his socks and his sweaters to match. He can't wear fun socks unless it coordinates with his upper half. So he was very concerned that any sock yarn he got wasn't going to match a sweater. So this is what we landed on. So I'm going to be making him socks with these. I think I'm going to just do mix and match of like most of the sock with this, with contrasting heels, toes, and cuffs in the London Rain, and then vice versa. I don't think he's a color work sock kind of guy. So that is the plan, and then any leftovers I might just make stripy socks with or something, with maybe my leftover MCal colors or something for him if he wants them. So we got that. And then finally at cake, I got some tough ones. So I got 2 bars of soap and a, what is this called? Hand balm. So I got Night Sky and Mountain Lodge. One of them smells very Christmassy. I think it's Night Sky that I think smells Christmassy. But yeah, I just wanted some more wool wash. My dad really wanted wool wash. That's the whole reason he came to cake, essentially, because he loves, I got him, I don't know when, a couple years ago, I had ordered just an unscented bar of wool wash for him to take when we travel, because he likes to do laundry a lot. He wears a lot of wool. Not necessarily at that time was I making him anything, because he hadn't voiced an opinion about wanting me to make him things. But I got him a bar of wool wash from Tough Ones that was unscented, because I know he doesn't really love scents on his knits or his clothes, things like that. And it's much easier to travel with a bar than liquids for TSA and all the security things. So that's really what he was most excited about. He was talking to I think Martha, and I can't remember her husband's name, for ages at Tough Ones. So he picked up, I think he got 2 bars of unscented. My mom got a bar because she really likes, I got a Christmas tree scent for her a couple years, I don't know if it was actually a Christmas tree, but it's very Christmas smelling scent for her a couple years ago that she loves. So they got that. And then at actual Rhinebeck, I only bought 1 sweater quantity, which I'm very proud of. I'm going to be buying more because there was an actual sheep yarn that I wanted so badly, but I figured I already had gotten this one, so I might as well hold off for a little bit. But I got a sweater quantity of Sawkill worsted to make a Dagmar jacket in. So I got it in this gorgeous dark brown color. This is undyed, and it's a 3-ply worsted, 200 yards for 100 ounces, I assume. It's 100 grams. It's 3.5 ounces, so maybe, I don't know if it's 3 ounces or 3.5 ounces of 100 grams, but this is going to be a Dagmar. I can't wait to knit it up. My mom got the light gray undyed, and she's going to have a matching Dagmar with me. I need to get buttons for it still, but I think this is gonna like beautifully show off cables and texture, and oh, it's so nice. It's like, it's not itchy, but it's definitely rustic feeling, and it's from their flock, and I just, gorgeous. So I'm going to be knitting this. And then I fell in love with, I think, so it was, I can't remember what the name of the farm was. I need to look it up, but they had black Welsh mountain sheeps, and the yarn was gorgeous. It was super soft. So I'm going to be ordering maybe a vest quantity in that to make a dark brown black cable vest, because it was so pretty, and I love that. That was like my favorite thing about Rhinebeck, I think, was like seeing the sheep, obviously, because who doesn't love a sheep, and being able to buy fleeces, or I didn't buy any fleeces, but like yarn that's spun specifically from a flock or from a specific sheep. So I like really like that aspect, and it's not, yes, you can order it online and that's all the same, but like seeing the sheep, seeing the wool, in person and then being able to buy it there. It has a story, and who doesn't love a good story? So I probably will be buying that. And then the other thing I probably will be buying is from Wing and a Prayer. They have valet black-nosed sheep, which is my mom's favorite type of sheep because they are from Switzerland. And when we go to Zermatt, which we haven't gone to in a couple years, but they have, that is where the valet sheep are from. And they have on Wednesday nights all winter long, you can go to the sheep barn and play with the sheep. And Wing and a Prayer has valet sheep. So we went to their booth as well to see if they had any valet undyed wool, which they did not. But I checked their website the other night while I was bored in the hospital, and they have 6 skeins of a red dyed valet sheep fleece, wool, yarn, words are hard. There's a red one, and I think it'd be a really nice surprise for my mom if I made her a red vest. I don't know if she'd wear a red vest. I don't know if she wants a red vest. I don't even know if she wants anything, but I think it'd be cute to make her a red vest for Christmas to wear in Zermatt, made of valet sheep, red for Christmas in Switzerland, all the things. But I might order that for her because I think she'd like it, and she can test the wool out, and if she likes it enough, maybe next year, like when they shear again, we can get an undyed color for her, and I can make her something from the cream from the valet black nose sheep. But I think that is it for acquisitions and Rhinebeck chat and all of that. I think I am about to film another video. I'm going to be doing from now until the end of the month, how many things can I finish? Because I have a lot of things on the needles that I'd like to finish, and I'm going to try and stay strong until November. I want to cast on something new for myself and be a selfish knitter for a little bit. So that video will be coming up hopefully very soon. I'm going to be doing like Kalila and Kahila vibes of every video every day. Hopefully. We'll see if that works out or not. But yes, I'm going to film that right now. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening to me yap. Like and subscribe if you liked and want to see more. Follow me on Instagram. I've been better about posting there. And I will chat to you next time. Bye.